Good afternoon, how are you? I'm so happy to talk to you again, especially those listeners or followers that can't speak Arabic. First of all, I want really to apologize because I'm not here on this channel a lot. Maybe because we have a lot of things and daily things happening in Syria, so um, we don't find the time to talk in English because we have to talk to Syrian people and to make agreed or to make agreement about something, or maybe to give some views about what's happening in Syria. But I feel really that this channel in English should develop more and more, and I will try to do that in the coming few days, absolutely. I promise about that. I've got also some questions coming from some followers, again, who are not speaking Arabic from Germany and other countries, about the situation, about what's happening now in Syria, especially in Aleppo. So I really want to answer these questions, and I will try all the time, as usual, to be neutral and to talk about my point of view, and as a Syrian man who see reality and take actions and take decisions concerning and depending to what's seeing and listening from people over there. And also about my knowledge, using my knowledge about the political situation in Syria. I really appreciate your interest, and I hope all the people all over the world make the same interest about the situation in Syria, because it's really influencing the world. Some friends asked me about the conflict that's taking place now in Aleppo between the Syrian government now, led by Ahmed al-Shara, and the other side is SDF, or what we say in Arabic, Qasad. And some people asked me so deep questions, and I am so interested and influenced about that. Anyway, I will try to answer your questions and to give a view also about what's happening in Syria. First of all, I need to tell you that there were negotiations during the last year between the two parts. And these negotiations started maybe 1 year before, when they signed, we can say that it is an agreement or a deal, we can say both actually. This deal or this agreement says, and it declare that both sides declare that the country must start a democratic steps, even it is slowly, but it is democratic steps. It talked about the military situation and also about the social background of Syria and the rights of minorities that are living in Syria thousands and thousands years ago. So it was not perfect, but it is, as a beginning, it is good. So we can say that it was a good, but it is imperfect and incompleted and need to be discussed in the future to be developed. This is 1 year before, but actually it's not respected. As I told you, it talked about the rights of people, the rights of a human being, and also the first steps of democracy in Syria. But then what happened was so strange, because the government only wanted to talk and to focus on the military maybe side or the military part of this agreement. So they were all the time asking the other side, that is SDF, to be melt in the Syrian army without taking any maybe a note or taking any maybe decision or suggestion about the rest of the agreement. So they were all the time negotiating. Sorry. After that, they had a lot of meetings during the last year, and after every meeting, there was a clash and a death of thousands of maybe hundreds of people. That was terrible. The last year was terrible. This is for the whole last year, the story, speaking about the agreement and then taking a decision of maybe a clashing in weapons somewhere and killing some people. But what happened in the last few days, that exactly the same accident took place. They met in Damascus, both parties, to suggest or to take a decision. And they couldn't agree as usual because SDF wanted the whole agreement, but the Syrian government want to talk only about economical and military side of this or part of this agreement. So they couldn't have maybe a reconciliation between both. They decided to finish the negotiations now and continue after a week. And what happened was it's a big surprise really, because the war started in Aleppo soon. The Syrian forces attacked two or three places, or it's a small streets actually. I know Aleppo very well. It's not a big areas, so we can say areas. Anyway, they attacked three areas in Aleppo. The most important ones is Sheikh Maqsood and Al Ashrafiyya. Those areas located by or maybe inhabited by Arabs and Kurds, but the majority are Kurds. So they want to make some pressure on SDF, because SDF is asking all the time about the Kurdish rights in Syria. So it is a kind of pressure because they want to make maybe a victory after some time in unexpected again maybe negotiations in Damascus maybe. But that was so stupid to do that because it was so hard. There were some fighters, Kurdish fighters, inside these areas, and they refused to leave the area or to give maybe the leadership in these areas to the army of the Syrian government. So there were a lot of battles over there and many people died, especially children. After that, people felt, I mean the inhabitants of those areas felt that this war seems to be endless, so they have to leave their places and they began to deport. So they are deported. Now it's said that everything is finished, and the Syrian army, what's called the Syrian army now, is controlling the area. But still the situation is terrible because this war may start again. Absolutely it will. I think it will, because there is no reconciliation and there is no agreement at all. Until now, everybody is worried, everybody is fearful, and the situation is terrible. Nobody knows what will happen in the future. But if you want to talk about the situation now in Aleppo or any other place, you have to ask about the reason why everything is happening everywhere in Syria. Actually, if you want to ask about the situation in Syria, you have to know that there is a conflict between two sides of Syrian people. It's not SDF and the Syrian government as usually in media you can hear or some people can tell you. No, it's not like that at all. It is a war between democracy or democratic people and non-democratic people. Some people, maybe half or 50% of the Syrian people want democracy. Maybe we can say 50% of the Syrian people still don't want democracy. Actually, the Syrian government is supporting those who don't want democracy or still ignore democracy. If you want to say clearly, or we have to talk about the situation in a neutral way, we say that some Syrian people are ignoring democracy, so they don't know what will happen in the future. The Syrian government, and this is what all the Syrian authorities do during history, they say that Syria is not a suitable place and it's not maybe a good place to be democratic. They say like this. So they use the force to convince people. They don't use mind to convince or logic to convince people that democracy is good or not good. And this is a real war because if there is two big parts in Syria talking about two different things in the same country, absolutely the conclusion will be war. So it is a war between democracy and non-democracy or no democracy at all. Until now, we are living the same situation. Nobody is trying to understand the other side, and people are dying. The world is ignoring, and some countries support the Syrian government and some other countries support SDF. The majority of Arabs supporting the Syrian government, and the majority of Kurds are supporting SDF. But I think this is not a good conclusion to take because I think that democratic people supporting this side and non-democratic people, democratic people supporting the other side. So the war in Syria is between democracy and no democracy or non-democracy. This happened before in many other places, for example in Sweden or in Latakia or in Homs or in other places, the same war. But I think now we have a terrible situation here in Syria because now we are really between two big armies. The army of SDF is a huge and it is well armored. They have a very modern stuff, and also the Syrian government also the same. So the war is coming, unfortunately. I ask everybody in the world to do something. You have to do something to stop this war. And I am, as you know, I am one of the democratic people in Syria and support democracy. But I want also all democratic people in the world to be in this side and support this. Everybody knows the history of the government in Syria. Everybody. I think nobody ignored this. So we have to be neutral when we talk, but we have to be active when we do and when we take action. This is what I ask. I hope I did my best to answer the question that you sent to me in some ways. And I promise that in the future, in the coming future, not a long one, but a very close one, I will try to be more active in this channel and we will talk a lot. I ask you to make a lot of people follow this channel so we can make also live videos. I appreciate your time and I thank you. And by the way, I hope you enjoy your coffee all the time. Wish you a good day. Bye bye.